Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's the grand finale of Tier 2, we're at Monza, Temple of Speed, and yeah, the championship's already been decided for Tier 2, but we have a Constructors title on the line today, as you can see from the graphics there. But before we get to that, I'd just like to introduce, so we've got a new commentator trying out in the booth. It's Rosarian from Tier 3. How you doing, Rosarian?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to this race, and even more like it's raining now, so it will be great. I don't know if it's raining in the race, but that would be great.
Yeah, we will
Like
find
maybe
out.
we can see some action.
Yeah. Sometimes we get some intel from drivers in chat, so we'll keep an eye out for that. We'll see there is Zombie Kebab in chat, along with Jan Haltu, is Jeepo's father, who always seems to cheer him on in chat, which is cool. Let us know about the audio levels as we get into this one. I'm saying it is wet, but I am seeing some sun trying to break through the clouds there, so maybe we'll have a kind of wet, damp track to dry track by the end, which means it'll just get faster and faster. But we will we'll keep an eye on the weather situation as we're kind of watching here. Who is the first guy out on track? I see light blue car. It looks like a... Ooh, there's so many blue cars actually. Is it Edge? It is Edge.
It is Edge.
So we will join on board with him as he tentatively makes his way through the second chicane. Oh, and we are getting some intel in chat. Thanks Kebab for that. No rain in the race, Chief, which is great. Could be a little louder, but otherwise levels are good. So here we go, and it actually does look like it's drying out. I think the rain has stopped. It's eased off quite a bit here as Edge making his way through the notorious Ascari sequence of corners here, and you want to avoid that last apex on the left hand side there. That will unsettle the car and most likely throw you into the barrier, as we're seeing a yellow flag. Look at the traffic back there as well.
Oh, Matt Pilot has crashed. Too. I forgot the names of the corners actually.
Yeah, I mean Lesmo 1 and 2, that's pretty much it.
Of course.
Parabolica, that last corner, as Edge does go fast, is obviously first guy to set a time, so 25.9 has been laid down. But I really do think this track is already going to start drying out pretty soon. I can still see a bit of rain spitting through there, but yes, we're going to get drier and drier as we go. And Joel, yes, with a 25.5. Samin, who of course won yesterday in Tier 3 and provisionally won the title of Tier 3, goes P1, 25.5, so the times are coming in thick and fast. Kiko, who is the Tier 2 champion, setting a 25.4, so these times are very, very close together, from P1 to P7 now, all in the 25s.
Samim currently close as well, professional champion of Tier 3.
Provisional indeed, yeah. FAA might have a hand in that, but yeah, as it stands, Samin is the champion. So are we looking at champion versus champion here?
We might see. We might know later on. I don't know. I do have, like, I was searching for it because I thought you said Parabolica, but that corner name has actually changed, right? But I think it's changed after Michele Alboreto.
Well, I'm not going to call it that because I will not be able to pronounce that. I'm just going to call it
Parabolica. I've probably pronounced it bad as well, but my Italian is not too great.
As long as you say it with confidence, it should be okay. People will be like, wow, yeah, sounds legit. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I mean, we'll keep an eye on the weather situation. It is still, as we say in Northern Ireland, spitting. But a bunch of guys coming into the pits there weren't able to set a lap time on that attempt. You do get around 3 attempts. I mean, if you invalidate a lap, you can come in and just abandon that one and throw on a fresh set of sauce. But generally speaking, 3 runs at Monza is the way to go. You may have some guys staying out for a few laps on these inters. As Christian here in the Mercedes, very tentative there on the exit through Ascari, doesn't want to lose the back end, and that's something I noticed whenever we were doing some wet running practice. It was very sketchy, you know, especially Ascari, the run out of Ascari, the back end just wanted to get loose. And here we go, yes, through Parabolica. And P15 Christian currently is going to jump up the order, I reckon. It's took 26.2, so not too fast from him. Puts him P11 for now. Yeah.
I don't know now, Meepo. Should I call him Meepo or Yepo today? I don't know, but currently set fastest time, 2/10 of the others, the number 2 Joel.
Yeah, Jipo is one to keep an eye on. I know he was, you know, we're looking at the Constructors' Championship there. It is up for grabs. Alpine are the guys to beat, but these Ferrari guys do look strong. Tenari has maybe took a little bit of time to get up to speed, but Meepo is just going from strength to strength, and that pull time from him there, 25.2, just shows, yeah, he could easily contend for pole here. But we've got Kiko there, we've McKender, we've got a bunch of guys who are fast enough to take pole today, and it is the last race of the season, so it's really balls to the walls, as they say.
Yeah, people will take risks today and show off. That's at least what we want to see today, because for some people there's nothing to fight for, in case like they don't have points to fight for positions, but they can show off what they have, so like they should take risks and show off what they have in their capacities.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah, I definitely agree, but sometimes with that comes a bit of over exuberance, especially into turn 1. You saw it yourself, lap 1, someone just sends it and destroys the front wings of Many's car. Hopefully we don't see that today. But yeah, Run Cruiser there picking up a 5 grid place penalty, so he's had a bit of contact with someone there, and unfortunately for him, he's picked up a penalty from it. He's currently P7, so that'll equate to a drop down to P11 or P12 if my math isn't my strong point, unfortunately. But around there.
Somewhere.
But yeah, you know, just getting to the race, you know, things that I picked up from yesterday's race and the practice is penalties can play a huge part in this race, because oftentimes you see a late safety car coming out, and if you've got a penalty, that is going to cost you big time, because everybody's going to be bunched together for those last few laps. And if you can keep it clean and not get a penalty, and there is a late safety car, you can jump a lot of positions at the end of the race here. So yeah, it really pays to stay clean, but it is so easy to pick up penalties and warnings, especially in you know, the likes of Ascari, and I think that's really the main place where people do pick up penalties and warnings here. Of course, chicane 2, the second chicane that we see Run Cruiser just make his way through. You can cut that a bit, and sometimes does throw up a warning, as well as the run out from this Lesmo 2. You see here, it is quite easy if you run out the left there. The game is quite harsh and will throw you a warning for that if you go take too much of that track at the edge on the run out. I don't even know who I'm following. I'm following Run Cruiser. Oh, Run Cruiser, big moment there for Ascari. Back end did get loose, but he managed to save it, so credit to him. Bit of skill needed in that cockpit there. Squeaky bum time for Run Cruiser as someone just goes past him there. Let's see if we can find out who that was. Looks like Grassy Jules, who currently has a time of 27 flat, so big improvements to be made there. Our Gamer as well, up to P2. Our Gamer has been very strong all season long, and P2 just behind Jeepo, so 1/10 in it between P2 and P1. Meepo out for 4 laps, and Basco goes P2. I think this track is starting to get a little bit faster. I still do see a bit of rain reserving out there, and
yeah, currently I'm following. Sorry to interrupt you. Currently I'm following Kiko's just finishing a second sector, both sectors purple, so he might be a 4/10 off for the fastest lap now. He's on new tires, while Meepo is still on old tires, 5 laps old.
Yep. And we're following Kiko now as he makes his way through the final corner. And
oh,
oh, I got a bad camera angle there, and as I jumped on board, he was in the wall, so not good for Kiko there. It looked like he was going to take pole until that last corner, he obviously pushed a little bit too much, got a bit too greedy on the throttle, and paid the price for that. Salmon back up to P2 with 25.2, so yeah, this track does seem to be getting a tad bit faster. And really, you know, when it comes to wet conditions, it's all about being brave, but you can't be too greedy. You can't floor the throttle. It will cost you. Your back end will try to go to Narnia, send you into the wall, and yeah, it's just being about being patient, but at the same time being very brave. We're getting a question in chat. John's asking how many races Kiko raced this season. How many Meepo? That is interesting, you know, to look at. I think Meepo has missed 1 or 2 races this season. Actually, he joined a bit later on in the season, so maybe if he hadn't joined at the very start of the season, it would be a different matter. We might be seeing a title fight here, but yeah, I mean, we could look at what ifs and what could have been, but it is what it is, as Meepo further cements that pole with 25.1 on 6-lap old enters, and Adesi then steals that from him, just marginally, goes P1. His tires a lot fresher. And Adesi a tier 1, actually Jeepo and Adesi both tier 1 drivers, as Jeepo actually holds tier 1 and tier 2 full-time seats, but Adesi, yeah, he's a tier 1 driver, incredibly fast, as Christian pips pole. That came out of nowhere for Christian, but the Mercedes boys currently locked out the front row of the grid.
Yeah, that's something I haven't missed in real life for the recent years, to be honest. But today, surprise, Christian currently on pole. But I don't know, I can't speak from experience if we're talking about like grip and rain qualifyings. But how do you feel when the few times I had a qualifying in the rain, I felt like when the track was getting faster, it was getting more grip on the track. You know, sometimes if you had one good lap or something, you get overconfident and you go too hard over the throttle, and then you spin. That's happened to me like every time I had some momentum, I would say. Currently, Edge goes fastest, by almost 2/10 faster than Christian. The track really seems to get faster.
Yeah, that's it, and it's exactly like you're saying. Yeah, you do get that confidence, but you sometimes get that overconfidence, and it costs you big time. It could send you into the wall, or yeah. And as the track's getting drier as well, and you're aware of the track is getting faster, so you're trying to, you know, be a bit more confident. But there's that line, and if you cross that line, it can be very, very harsh. As Edge P1 pole, this guy Christian actually registered for the tier 3 race yesterday, and he didn't get a seat, and this is why basically he's P2 currently in tier 2.
Yeah. I mean, this literally tells why he wasn't accepted there. He shows off he has good pace. McKender only 1400s behind Edge.
Yeah, and we've got 2 retirements actually. Didn't catch that. Well, Luke Wessel's out, but SLR Larson looks like he's lost it somewhere on track and is currently out. Nico as well, so these guys are dropping like flies. Yeah, so 3 drivers out. I can't even see how much time we've left in this session, but I reckon we should have time for one more run. So
yeah, I can see it as well, but
oh, there we go, 2:53. So maybe one more run for these guys. As I'm currently on board with Adesi. Looks like he is low on fuel. Might come into the pits here. Does not, stays out and crosses the line, goes pole. There you go, 24.7. So yeah, I think this track is getting faster, or either that or these guys are just getting faster. But it does look a little bit more bright out there. Still see a bit of rain, but yeah, as these guys, as you know, the enters will lift a lot of rain from the track, and that will just evolve the track, make it faster and faster. I'm trying to find, Kiko is on a lap here. Let's join on board with him as he heads down to the first Lesmo. And yeah, you just want to trail brake into this one and get on the throttle as early as you can. And the second one is really just about being brave, throwing it in, trying to hit that apex, running out wide. get that DRS. Obviously DRS not active as we're in wet conditions here. We're seeing a yellow flag ahead, but Kiko has to keep his head down as he heads down to Ascari. He actually comes off the par quite early there, it seemed anyway from my point of view, but a nice exit from him. And you can see there's a guy lying at the side of the track there. I've seen better days. That was an Aston Martin. It must be an SLR.
Yeah, that was Joel. That was Joel.
Oh, that was Joel. Yeah, so he's not shown as DNF'd, but yeah, he's out of the section.
No, he's driving. He's driving. He has front wing damage, but I think he can go through.
Yeah. And Kiko was backing out of that lap massively, so I think this is the run from Kiko. We'll stay on board with him, and as we head through the first chicane, and this one is terrible. I mean, it's really hard on the braking, and then you've got this really crucial throttle section running down to the second chicane, and this second chicane as well is quite hairy. Both these chicanes very daunting, especially the second one, as you want to kind of carry a bit of speed for this one, and misses the apex on that second apex there, down to the first Lesmo. Yeah. And it looks like he's trying to squeeze all he can out of this car right now. As McKenna 24.6. Is Kiko going to be able to get a pole in the final race of this season? He's got a long run down to Ascari under the bridge, and yeah, really want to throw the car in here, carry some speed through. Tries to avoid the running too much on the curb there. Misses the apex, which is what you want to do as you exit onto this long straight, and it's the final one before the parabolic corner, and then this is the start finish line. So yeah, again, throwing the car in, trying to carry the speed through. The momentum is crucial here. He wants to keep it tight to the pit wall lane, and he crosses the line there, and it's P5 from him.
This should be disappointing, but he had a few laps which just didn't work out for him. He might have lost confidence, and we saw him just not hitting the apex in, for example, the second chicane. I think he just lost a lot of confidence, and we have to see what he can do in dry conditions in the race. While AR Gamer just right before Kiko finished his lap, AR Gamer crashed before Lesmo 1, completely destroyed his front wing. So he won't make the last lap.
Oh dear, and the Desi disqualified from section. I wonder if that was a deliberate disqualification, as I know he does like to start at the back when he does tier 2 races, but I'm looking at Tenari right now. He's got a car in front of him. He is on a run here, so if that car gets out of the way, he might actually get a bit of slipstream from him. He does indeed. He tucks in behind of the AlphaTauri, and we'll pull out at the last second. Hopefully that AlphaTauri backs out. Does indeed. Oh, Maple goes even faster, 24.553, so improves on his pole time. But is Tenari going to have what it takes? He's P10 currently. Is he going to jump up the order here? He does. He gets P6, so nice improvement from him. And I think that's everybody. Yeah, that's everybody set their time. So Meepo takes pole for tier 2. Monza the final race, and a statement made from him. And it's a finish lockout on the front row of the grid is Meepo and McKender, P1, P2. Kiko down in P5, that's unusual to see from him. Obviously he doesn't like these wet conditions too much, but P5, not too bad. Where does Salmon end up? P10 in the end. And our gamer P8. Smelto, great performance from him. He's up in P4, so we'll start in the second row of the grid. And actually Run Cruiser has that 5 grid piss penalty. He's P9 currently, so we'll drop down to around P14. Not bad.
Yeah, so when you were looking at Tenari, I was looking at Edge. He was on a really good lap, only like half a tenth behind at sector 2, and then he spun in the last corner, lost a little bit of grip, and then couldn't finish his lap on a good time. So he was really on a good run, so unfortunately he couldn't finish that lap.
Yeah, and then it's a dry race, remember? So you know, one thing we didn't think about there is like who was running a wet setup there. I think everybody's probably went for a dry setup, so that's probably why we saw a lot of guys struggling in the qualifying session there. But yeah, Meepo pole, McKenner P2, Edge, Smelto, Kiko, then Tenari, Christian, Gamer, Run Cruiser, then Sam Mean. Yeah, so chat, who do you think's going to win this one? We've got a lot of contenders for the race win, but As we know, Monza can be a pretty chaotic race, and if you just keep your nose clean and make all the right calls, who knows where you might end up. But I know John in chat is very happy with that one. His son Meepo getting pole for this, so putting himself in the best possible position for the race start. And we will have no formation lap for this one, so it'll be straight lights out and away we go. As Adesi leaves the session, so maybe Adesi having some technical issues. Hopefully he can join back pretty quickly as this race is about to get underway.
Yeah, Desi just said his game crashed on the grid, so that's really unfortunate. But the lights are going off, they're still on, but they're off in a few minutes, and we should go away now. Everyone is going away, and while I can't see, the screen is not getting on, but Makenda has a really good start. He's getting next to Meepo, but then he seemed to really get a loss of grip, and Meepo is still in front. But there's some 3 side to side in the back. Meepo gets hit in the back, but there goes Smelto on the outside alongside Meepo, and now he looks like he is in front.
Ooh, yep, lovely stuff from Smelto. Yeah, taking the lead. Meepo is alongside though, just barely, but he's tucking in behind here as they come up to the second chicane, and ooh, it locks up a little bit there, costs him a bit of time, and there's something happening at the back there. Yep, someone got ran off the track. It looked like Edge was the loser out in that kerfuffle, as Samin up to P5 from P9. Great start from him. And yeah, the loser at the back there is Nico. He is way off. He's had an incident in turn 1. But let's go up front again. It's Smelto versus the Jeepu. So Smelto getting an absolutely phenomenal run off the line, and currently leading this race. But Meepo is looking very feisty here. He's just 2 tenths away, and we don't have DRS for the first 2 laps of this race. But after that, yeah, it's going to be, we're going to see a lot of DRS trains here, yeah, but Smelto obviously wanted to build up a bit of a lead there, and we're looking at the tires here as well, as we got most of the guys on mediums, and only 4 guys opting to go for hards. Ooh, and Meepo right behind Smelto, almost pushing him through that first chicane, and Meepo straight onto the ERS and goes for the move on the outside. And he's got it done. It looked like Smelto was caught napping there a little bit. Smelto not choosing not to fight that with ERS. So Meepo up into pole.
Yeah, Meepo quickly got got his first position. Greatly done. While Smelto got a really good start, getting from P4 into P1 in the second turn. Really great start. Who also made a great start after getting a 5-second grid penalty is Rune Cruiser. He started, I don't know what, I think he started in 14th position, and currently he's in 8th position. So great start, but there was a lot of chaos in the midfield. He made it some way through the chaos onto position 8, so let's see what he can do.
Yeah, and I'm looking at these hard runners in the midfield. They're on P10 to P13. These guys really, their mission is to stay on the back of these medium runners ahead of them. They are on a better strategy when you think about at the end of the race. They're going to be on medium tires. Oh, and look at these fastest laps coming in. There's a bunch, I think about 5 fastest lap came in, one after the other. So yeah, these guys at the front. There's already a DRS trend from P1 to P5. Let's join that actually. So we've got Samin is on the back of this. Our gamer tantalizingly close to joining onto this DRS trend, but yeah, P1 to P5 all closely knit together, and Nico at the back having a horrible time. It looks like he's actually going to retire, and he does indeed. The infamous 5-second speeding penalty before retiring the car, and that's unfortunate from him. Oh, Edge gets the first actual penalty off the race with a 3-second time penalty there, so that's P10.
Yeah, that's a terrible start as well for Edge. I think he started on P3, currently is on P10. He is on the hards, however, but P10 with a 3-second time penalty already, that's not a good start for your race.
Yeah, lap 3 in 3 seconds, that's going to be crushing, but yeah, you just got to get the head down, don't you? As McKender gets a move on Edge, so yeah, McKender's one to watch out for. He is the top guy on hards at the minute, and as I say, if he can just stay in with these medium guys ahead, he's looking good for contesting the race win. And Adesi as well, who started last and had that disconnection problem, up to P13 on those mediums, so he's starting to make his way through these hard runners ahead. Ooh, McKenna, as I say that, McKenna gets, I was going to say pole position there. Ooh, and Tenari thinking about going for a move on Smelto. And Smelto's sandwiched here between these two Ferraris, and these Ferrari guys are after the P1, P2 race finish here because they are fighting for the constructors right now. And what have we got? Kiko and the other, is that Alpine? Yeah. With Lamap. Oh, and Tenari almost tagging the back of Smelto. Smelto actually ghosted into section 2. Is Smelto having issues?
Smelto left the session.
Oh
Smelto
my word! So, oh, that's terrible.
So that's some drama.
Yeah, yeah, he's not in that car, so the AI is taking over, and look at him dropping like a stone here as everybody's making their way past Smelto. Hopefully he can get back in the session and recover from this, but that's pretty devastating from him after a fabulous start. And I've got a Chief Press X. Oh yeah, thanks, John. I'm old, okay.
So currently, just to keep you all updated, currently Ferrari is 26 points behind Alpine. Kiko is driving Alpine together with Le Mans Pilote, so they have just to get enough points. If Kiko finishes like this on the podium just behind Ferraris, they will get the constructors and Alpine will be.
Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, as Basco flew past our gamer there. Our gamers seems to be struggling here as Run Cruiser as well is getting past him on the exit from the first chicane, and our gamers no ERS left, whereas these other guys have plenty in the tank, it seems.
Rune Cruiser really had a great start, getting from P14, now lap 5 is already P6. Great start after the unlucky qualifying for him.
Yeah, I have to say, Run Cruiser has raced in it. Oh, and there's a guy off at the back. Is that? Oh dear, that is Samin.
It's Samin.
Oh my word, that was from Lesmo 2. Yeah, and that happens, like if you go wide on the exit, and yeah, sometimes it kicks the car out, and he's got front wing damage, so that is devastating from him. He was running so well there in the first few laps, but lap 5, and just caught off guard there. He has no front wing currently, so he's going to have to make the walk of shame back to the pits, get a front wing on, and pray to the safety car gods.
Yeah, his race is now completely relying on the safety car. That's unfortunate for him.
Oh, and another A-ship. The back, it looks like futuristic. Oh my word. These guys are struggling a little bit in this phase of the race, and we're seeing a move. Christian on our gamer. Again, our gamer getting past. Oh, and there's the car off. It's, who was that? It was Christian. Absolutely massacred turn 2. Hit the sausage curb, and that did not look like a smooth ride there for him. I'm sure his buttocks are going to be feeling that in the morning. Oh, and we got a move as well. It's it's actually Joel getting past Smelto. Smelto has not been able to rejoin this session. I'm not sure what the issue is there, but he's down in P12 from P2 to P12. Maybe he's decided not to come back out of frustration, but yeah, that is devastating for Smelto, who's looking so good there at the start of the race. And I tell you what, yeah, this DRS train now is down to 5 guys, and we've got Basco and Run Cruiser, 2 Dutch guys in the McLaren and the Alphas. Yeah, they're not looking so bad today. Actually, you've got a bit of pace here and put themselves in a good position. But I have my eye on McKender. He's on hards. He can run a bit longer than these medium runners, but he's got the pace of these medium guys ahead, as he is going to try maybe to go for a move on our gamer. Not this time around, no, but maybe on the run out. Our gamer has built back a little bit more ERS to protect himself from an attack. McKender just biding his time. This guy McKender, he's another level, I have to say. He knows his stuff when it comes to F1. So you see that guy behind you in a race, yeah, you know the heat's gonna get turned up a notch or two. Oh
Yeah, currently he's really pushing it. He's only 2 tenths behind AR Gamer, but he needs to make sure he passes AR Gamer soon, because otherwise he will miss out to some time to Room Cruiser and Basco, because there is a DRS gap going on from P5 to P1. But on the other hand, he's on the hard tire, so he can run a completely different stretch. So even if he can't get past AR Gaming, he's still like has some good. I forgot the word. Has some good tactics in hands to play some cars, I would say, but that might be a Dutch saying. I don't know. I'm not sure.
No, I understand. Yeah, and I totally agree. But McKenna, he's a wise guy. He's going to be patient here, and he's been patient for all of this lap. But here's where he's going to go for the move. It's the start-finish rate. The DRS open, ERS button has been held, and there's been move up ahead as well as Kiko gets up to. Oh, and McKenna gets it wrong. I don't know if I'm giving him a commentator curse here, but it's unusual to see that from McKenna. Locks up into turn 1 and has to give that position back. And not only that, but Christian getting past as well. So McKenna, and McKenna getting passed by Edge as well. So that mistake cost him big time. He's dropped down 3 positions to P9. Not the worst thing in the world, but obviously not a great thing. But yeah, running up front, Meepo is in P3, Tenari's P1, and Kiko P2. How did that happen?
Yeah, I was looking at it quite lately. I haven't seen like a mistake from Meepo, but he was just suddenly they were side to side in the second turn, and Meepo just got passed by Kiko, it seems. While Kiko's really pushing it. He's on the back tail of Tunari, and he's looking to pass and using his ERS to pass the guys and get P1.
Oh, we're going to see something happen here as Tunari's boxed in there. Sorry, Rosarian, but yeah, Kiko takes the move there, and I think he's going to get DRS as well, as the detection line is just before Parabolic, I believe. Actually, yeah, Kiko gets DRS. He's in the lead, so a great move from Kiko there to take P1, and Tenari come under all sorts of pressure from Basco. Meepo down to P4, so and Meepo hits the back of Basco. I don't think there will be damage from that, but that obviously is not great for Meepo. I'm not sure what's happening in the car for Meepo, but he has went from P1 to P4 in about 2 laps.
Yeah, it's not looking great for the Ferrari guys at all. I see no damage. It's not visual on Meepo's car, so he should be able to continue on quite a good pace if he just can get back to racing.
Yeah, I'm interested to know what happened there. As we see, there is someone dropping down the order. It's Lama Pilot, and that looks like the second chicane, if I'm not. Yeah, second chicane. He's one off there, so he is currently P16. And I'm sure Kiko could use his help, for the constructors, but Kiko currently in P1, so as it stands, he's going to take full points away from this race, but he's got a bunch of fast guys behind him, all vying for position here, and Tenari, has to be said, with the use of DRS and ERS, can he get the move? Oh, Tenari is in the wall! Oh, he just about clipped the wall, and he's flying across the track. Thankfully, he's ghosted there, as bit of an unusual mistake there from Tenari, and he's fallen right down to P11. He's lucky.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of unusual mistakes according to you today. So maybe that is because, like I said, I want to see the drivers. I want to see the drivers going to the limits, show off what pace they have in capacity. But maybe they're showing off a bit too much.
Could be.
Some drivers are making mistakes. They normally shouldn't.
Yeah,
well, it looked like.
But yeah, Tenari, it's worth saying, last season he was the champion, but this season he turned off all assists. So he has kind of there's a process here, obviously. It is quite hard to race, go from no assist to no assist. I'm seeing a lot of yellow flags here. I think it's Skintoni maybe in the pits.
Yeah, Skintoni was driving on the side of the track. He's currently retiring his car. He's getting penalties as well. I don't know what happened, the reason he retired, but he was driving towards the pace that was visible.
Yeah, he's a driver who has struggled this season, and was hoping to get a tier 3 seat. Oh, Basco with a mistake there, and that allows Meepo to get alongside. And yeah, Meepo up to P2 here, so Again, another mistake in Parabolica, and actually Basco loses 2 positions as Run Cruiser as well gets that move done. And let's see, is Meepo going to hang on to the back of Kiko here? A lot of, like you say, a lot of guys making mistakes uncharacteristically. But I guess Monza, Temple of Speed, it's all about, you know, that fine edge really. And some of these guys, oh, our gamer 5-second penalty, severe collision with edge. That is an unusual penalty to receive. So it's often happening at in the midfield. Let's actually go back there.
He drives into the wall, AR game as well there. So I don't know what's going on, but that doesn't seem like how AR gamer usually drives.
Yeah, he's
losing positions as well now.
Yeah, so he's missing part of his front wing, so he's obviously had a big issue there. Him and Edge have came together at some point, and Edge picking up that 5 grid, or our gamer, sorry, getting that 5 grid place penalty. Or sorry, 5-second penalty. I don't know where I am right now.
Well, McKender has a 3-second time penalty currently for track limits. It's a bit early as well. Yeah,
a lot of penalties come in. We're not even a halfway point in the race, but Meepo is very, very close to Kiko. And he's going to use ERS, and DRS chooses to go around the left-hand side, so going outside for the first corner. And slots in front of Kiko, so has the move done. And I think we're going to see this throughout this race. This is going to be back and forth with these guys at the front, because DRS is pretty powerful here. And it might come down to who's better at managing their ERS and just getting that extra bit of boost. As Tenari P8, not looking good for the Ferrari guys as a team, but is Basco out? Basco has had an issue, so another incident, and yet here we are, lap 12, no safety cars, but a lot of incidents in Tier 2 Monza.
Yeah, so when Edge and AR Gamer went together into the pits, and I think they both, or didn't they? No, AR Gamer didn't, but Edge did get a penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so he went too fast into the pit lane.
I think what had happened,
11 seconds already.
If I'm correct, then I think Edge and R Gamer went in the pits, and Edge got hit by R Gamer into the pits, but that doesn't explain why R Gamer still has front wing damage. As Meepo pits from P2, so he pits from the lead, comes off the medium tires and is going to go onto the hard tire. And it's worth mentioning as well, McKender, after that lockup that cost him 3 positions, is currently P4 on hard tires. He does have a time penalty to his name, which will mean he'll have to eke out a 3-second gap if he is to contend for the win today. But P4 on hards right now, that's a pretty good position for him.
Yeah, it definitely is, but he needs to be lucky not having a safety car at the end of the race. We see already a lot of people crashing, so people need to get the focus until the end of the race. Will there be no safety if they don't want a safety car? Because honestly, like, if he gets on the medium in the end, I think he gets on the medium. I don't know the stress for Monster, but if he gets on the medium, he needs to get 3 seconds clear of the number 2 if he wants to win the race, and that can be pretty tough with the DRS trains going on currently.
Yeah. Yep. Indeed, it is. It's hard to kind of build up that 1 second gap when you got a guy behind making use of the DRS straights, and there is it's 2 on this one, the start finish straight, and the short one after Lesmo 2. But Kiko responds to Meepo's pitting on the last lap, or is he going to come out? The pitting, it takes about 20 seconds for the whole pit process to play out, and I think he's going to come out just ahead of Meepo, but we will see. Meepo was 21 seconds behind Kiko. Meepo making his way down the start-finish straight, so a lot of guys actually pitting from the lead. And where is Kiko? Where is Kiko? Kiko is ahead of Meepo. Is he? Yes, he is. Just about. So it's about... That overcut worked for Kiko, unless... It's possible Meepo had his very slow outlap there, but he's lost a bunch of time. He did pit from the lead, and after that round of pit stops, he is effectively P2 if we take into account all the guys who haven't pitted ahead.
Yeah, so this year I feel like the overcut can work really well. Like especially when you go from medium to hard, like those tires are really hard to warm up in a short time. Like you can lose about like 2 or 3 seconds just because you have cold tires, and can get really tough. But if you go for the overcut, you need to make sure you have a good gap, because if you don't have a good gap, people will for sure overtake you if they're right behind, because you have just such less grip, so you can't really defend because you have to brake way earlier.
Yeah, that is true, but another factor, Rosarium, which I'm just thinking about now, is when you come out of the pits, it does take you a sector or two to get the tires up to temperature. And I think we're seeing that play out here, as Kiko obviously had to warm up his tires there, but Meepo has got that gap down and is almost within DRS range of Kiko already. He's tantalizingly close, 1.03 as it stands, and he's just got that DRS range under control right now, so using a bit of ERS just to manage that gap to Kiko, so Meepo is still in a really good position here.
He definitely is, but Kiko is also using the bit of DRS he has to just keep that 1 second gap to Meepo.
Yeah, and Kiko also has to contend with some traffic ahead, guys who haven't pitted, but it's Futuristic in the McLaren. He's right behind him right now, and if he gets held up by Futuristic here for the sector 3, oh, and Meepo picks up a time penalty, so yeah, that's not good obviously, but Kiko's going to see that, and that's just going to spur him on, give him a bit more confidence here, as he knows that Meepo might
Well, Cruiser, I thought he went inside into a Scary. I have a lot of experience with just terrible accidents inside a Scary. It's always, for the stewards, it's just a mess. There's always like discussions, no, I had the inside, but you crashed, so like, just, if you want to keep racing, don't go for the inside in the Scary. It usually don't work out.
Yeah, it's pretty scary when you go through single file, but if you go too wide, it's very sketchy, very sketchy. I'm looking at that, Meepo and Kiko both making their way past these back markers, but the guys who haven't pitted, like Futuristic, not getting held up too long there, so Meepo able to maintain this DRS range. But yeah, that 3 second penalty you see beside his name there, the black and white flag, that is probably going to play a big part in this race, I would say, at the start finish, at the finish line. Oh, and Meepo is getting held up here by Le Map Pilot. Gets past him there without much fuss there, but Le Map.
He had contact with. I was on board with Meepo as well. You hear the contact with the Map Pilot. I didn't see what exactly happened there, but they had contact, so that might be an issue for the stewards again.
It may well be, and I know Le Map Pilot was trying to play the team game there and hold up Meepo a little bit, as it is Alpine versus Ferrari for the constructors, but yeah, Le Map Pilot paying the price here and was sent out wide, and it actually has no front wing, so he's paid a big price for trying to fight Meepo there. So yeah, as you say, might go to the FIA, that one. We might see a report after the race, and yeah, that's cost Meepo big time. The gap is now 1.6, so he has got work to do to try to get that gap down under control. And McKender here is looking pretty good out in front. He has a 19-second gap to Kiko, and we know the pit process takes around about 20 seconds, I would say.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know, honestly.
No, it is roughly 20 seconds, but the thing is, McKender's going to go to medium tires, which obviously is a tire you want to be on at the end of the race. Actually, correct me. I'm going to correct myself. Actually, McKender is going to go to softs. I'm calling it now. He will go to softs. No, he's going to go to mediums, of course. But that's my guesstimate. He's going to go to softs.
Yeah, I feel like it would be better off with the mediums, because in the end it would be the fast tires clearly over the hards, but like the softs can go. They are really fast for like 3 laps, but after that they can fall off so much. Like you can drive on them for like until 60, 70%, even 80 some people, but I feel like from 30-40% they're already worse than like 30-40% mediums. I
Yeah,
honestly feel like
yeah.
always.
I think you're totally correct there. But one thing to consider is the longer you stay out, the better. Because if there's a safety car right now, McKender is golden. Um, you know, he gets a free pit stop effectively. He will be on the softer tires, and then there'll be a few laps under safety car as well, so that'll protect the soft tires. As we're seeing a lot of movement here at the back, it's futuristic. He pits for the softs, and he's on lap 18, so maybe a bit early to pit for softs, but futuristic is going for that hard soft strategy, and we'll see how he fares as he comes out in P15 behind Samim. Actually,
Yeah, I feel like he wants to take a risk because he's like all the way at the back, so he just felt like, okay, I have to do something, and this is his plan. But I feel like if there's a safety car, it might be, and then he just made a mistake because his tires, I don't know if they will last 11 and 10 laps, but with a safety car they will last. But then he could have waited maybe. I don't know how bad his hard tires were, but they should last like 18 laps, right? Easily.
yeah, they definitely will.
I don't know. I haven't raced yesterday.
They can
So
last up
maybe
to
you
10
know.
laps, but it's like you say, they will drop off, you know, before that. But we're in lap 19, so what is that? That's 7 laps left in this race. I reckon McKenna's going to pit this lap for loose sauce. He was using a lot of ERS on the start-finish straight. The gap, though, to Kiko is coming down, so McKenna will have work to do once he does come out on loose sauce. And we may well see McKenna contend for the race win. And I'm going to go back to Meepo as well. The gap was 1.6. He's currently got it down to 1.2, so he's tantalizingly close to DRS range. But he really, yeah, that time penalty. I can't help look at it and just go, that's going to cost him potentially the win today. Yeah,
Yeah, the point is like McKenna as well is just losing a lot of time every lap now to Kiko, for example. So I feel like maybe it is time to pit if he just doesn't want to rely on a safety car.
Yeah.
Because if you continue like this, it will be like in a few laps, it will be 16 seconds, 15 seconds, whatever. And if you have like that time, you have to depend on the safety car. And I don't know if you want to do that. But it's also a bit of confidence. What do you think about what can you do yourself? Like, if you have a lot of confidence, maybe you can just hold it off and say like, oh, I'm gonna take that time. But he has to get 3 seconds over Kiko as well if he wants to win the race.
Yeah, that's going to be the big problem. That's the big hurdle for him. And Kebab correcting me in chat. Futuristic did the medium to soft, so that is interesting. You don't see many people going from medium to soft, so that is why he pitted that a bit earlier for those soft tires. Currently P15 is Futuristic on those softs, but making some gains on P14. And yeah, McKenna, I have to say, McKenna will pit this lap. He has to pit this lap. You can see him using a bit more ERS than usual, so he's trying to get a fast in lap here. And I tell you what, he's on old hards, but he's maintaining the same same gap there throughout this lap to Kiko, 18.6, 18.5. So Kiko just marginally faster on those younger, fresher hards. But yeah, I mean, if McKenna doesn't pit this lap, I don't know what the crack is. Maybe go to enters on the final lap or something, I don't know. And he does pit this. I thought he wasn't going to pit that lap, but he takes a wide angle into the pits. And there we go. He will come out. I think he's going to come around around about where Adesi is currently. Meepo has got that DRS from Kiko, it looks like. Let's see as he heads down to this DRS line. He does indeed. He has DRS. So he will use the next few laps to harvest ERS, I would say, and try to get a move on Kiko as we enter the final phase of the race and Edge another 3 second time penalty. Let's just have a look at the time penalties. Edge has 17 seconds.
17.
Wow. So he may not.
Well,
yeah, he may not make the end of the race at this rate.
He may make the end of the race, but I don't think he will finish the points. will be hard for him, let's say that. But I feel like, we talked about it, and I feel like if you look at this now, Makander has pitted too late. Because now he has to overtake Rune Cruiser and Adesi, who already pitted, so they won't stop. And he has to overtake them, but if he overtook them, he has to overtake Meepo and Kiko, and then he has to run away another 3 seconds from Kiko. So this will be really tough now.
What I would say is don't underestimate Makander, because already he's got to move. You know, he had to warm up those tires. The softs will warm up much faster than any other tire, but makes easy work of Rune Cruiser. And when you pit, you do get about 40% ERS back in the tank, and he's making good use of that as he's up to P4 already, and looking like he's going to get the move on a Desi, possibly in the start-finish rate, as there is a yellow flag at the back. And that looks like it's Basco.
Spawn.
Yeah.
Basco spawn is into the wall. Seems like not a lot of front wing damage, but...
that's terrible for him. He was looking pretty good at the start of the race, but as we head into these final laps, he's found himself at the back end of the grid. Sir SLR, Lamat Pilot is in last position currently. And Meepo is closing in ever more on the back of Kiko. Are we going to see some Finnish teamwork here, even though Makander isn't Meepo's teammate? He is a fellow Finn. We may see... yeah, sorry, I totally missed. Makander did get past Adesi on that start-finish rate, so Makander 1.5 seconds behind Meepo, and you have to say, even with that 3-second time penalty, Makander could possibly win this race.
Yeah, he's... like... a lap ago I was like, he's not gonna do this, but he's driving so quickly now. He's already almost in the DRS zone of Meepo, so he's I'm wrong at this, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, they don't call him the Flying Fins for nothing, as yeah, Makander now well within that DRS range. He doesn't get
fastest lap as well, 20.7. That's really fast compared to the others.
Yeah, and it didn't get DRS this lap round, but will from this point onwards, it seems. As another yellow flag, there's Parabolica. There is a car off at Parabolica. It's Edge, so his woes continue as he spins around again as he tries to get underway, and it's just gone from worse to worse for him. I reckon we're going to see a retirement here. Are we going to get the infamous 5-second speeding penalty and DNF? Yep, he... Okay, that's just about it. Yeah, I mean, I don't need any words for that. That's basically Edge's race in a nutshell. Oh, and that might have caused a safety car. We've got a virtual safety car. We don't have a full safety car just yet. Yeah, that's a virtual safety car, so that's buying some time for Kiko up front.
While Lamat Pilot decides to pit, he's not retiring. He's going onto the softs. So maybe he thinks, maybe I can get some use of this safety car situation, although it's not a safety car yet.
Yeah, just virtual safety car. This is buying time for Kiko up front. We do have, what is it, 3 laps left up to this one, 4 laps. DRS enabled again. Virtual safety car is over, and we're back to green flag racing conditions. Meepo very, very close on Kiko. He was having a little bit of a look down the inside there. Oh, Kiko making a bit of a mistake. Had to make some steering adjustment in the midst of turn 1 and turn 2, but gets a phenomenal run out of turn 2. And tell you what, Meepo has indeed used that time under the VSC well. Oh, as Makander gets by, and it looks like Meepo just let that happen. And
yeah, it really seemed like that. Well, ooh, they both lose grip there. Both just lose. Had a lot of spin, wheel spin on the exit of the corner. Meepo and Makander.
Yeah, the big question being, can Makander get past Kiko? And not only that, can he then build up a 3-second lead? Because that's what he's going to need to do. Oh, and he gets it moved on already, using DRS and a bit of ERS as well. As you can see his ERS light flashing, so Makander using all his ERS there to get that move done. And we're seeing
Lucas Wetzel's spun. out of Lesmo 1. Don't know if it's...
Oh, sorry, Rosario Meepo is trying to go for the lead here, and it's really Meepo and Kiko fighting here. McKenna has the lead, and I think Meepo's actually going to get by here on DRS, so a lot of moves off front here. McKenna back down to P2, but he's going to probably defend as hard as he can from Kiko, but yeah, without that DRS, oh, it's side by side under a heavy brake in here, and McKenna on those soft tires, using them to his advantage there, and trying to stay alongside, but Kiko got the inside line here, and McKenna really, without that ARS, is going to be a sitting duck. And yeah, Kiko getting that move done. Is McKenna going to use the grip of these soft tires to send it down the inside? He does not, but he's obviously going to hassle Kiko here and maybe cost Kiko a bit of time, as Kiko is almost dropped outside of that DRS range of Meepo, so there is hope on the horizon for Meepo to win this race. Can he build a 3-second gap to Kiko? I think it's really going to come down to McKenna here. How much is he going to hold up Kiko? It's all kicking off here as we're heading into the penultimate lap after this one, and the gap is it's actually about 1.6 now from Meepo to Kiko.
Yeah, but we were told. I was thinking all the race, like from lap 10 onwards, it's between McKenna and Kiko. But now, while McKenna and Kiko may fight,
yeah, I think it's like I said. You know, obviously these guys are finished. They're friends, McKenna and Meepo. So there is going to be some kind of teamwork happening there, and that looks like it's the case. Is McKenna effectively is giving Kiko DRS now, which is probably not what he wants to be doing, but he also doesn't want to let Kiko pass, so McKenna is probably not going as fast as he could right now, let's just say that.
Yeah, but sorry, I got interrupted there, but I feel like now Meepo has a chance again, and despite his 3-second penalty, maybe McKenna can hold Kiko off with fight between them two, I want to say, but that Dazzy and Road Cruiser are mingling in this fight as well, so Meepo still has a chance to win this race.
Yeah, and I think it's a very good chance, because look at McKenna, he's not using ERS here, and he's not one to be as fast as possible. You know, obviously he could use that ERS and pull away from Kiko, but if he's kind of like loitering around in front of Kiko, that is going to hold up. Oh, and Kiko, is that a tag? He got spun around there. He actually used track reset, which is not what we want to see, and that's effectively given Meepo the race win there. I don't know if that was he got tagged at the back there from a Desi, but yeah, very uncharacteristic kind of spin out there from Kiko. Looked like the back end just completely ran away from him there, and it looks like it's going to be a finish podium here, as we see. Actually, Run Cruiser is in contention for a podium here today, but he's got
Run Cruiser and Adesi probably, if they keep up this pace, they will get a podium, because McKenna and Meepo have the penalties.
Yeah, so, but
Run Cruiser might win.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, Adesi might take the win here. I have a feeling that
he's close.
I have a feeling he's not going to win today. I'd call it a hunch. I think Meepo's going to win here today, as these Finnish guys, I think they're kind of supporting the tier 2 driver, the full-time driver, Meepo, as Adesi trying to make the move on McKenna.
Yeah, that costs a lot of time.
Yeah, and they got Run Cruiser behind as well to contend with, so they can't be taking it too easy, as Adesi going side by side with McKenna for Parabolica. Who's going to get the DRS in? I think it actually might be
another penalty. Yeah, it might be Meepo now.
Oh, what's happening here? Oh, big weave from who was that? That was McKenna with a massive weave.
Yeah. And it's Dazzy in second place, only 1/10 behind.
Wow. I didn't even realize that was the last lap there. That was how encapsulating that was. Meepo wins the race. I kind of called it there, but yeah, Meepo wins the Temple of Speed, Monza. And you wouldn't have thought it if you kind of rewind 5 laps ago, but there you go. Meepo wins, and look where Kiko finished, P5. Unfortunately for for Ferrari. Tenari, where did Tenari finish? Tenari's P8. I don't know how that affects the constructors. Maybe you could do a wee bit of math in the background there, Rosarian.
I did a bit of math, but like currently, Ferrari has scored 29 points, and Kiko on 10th place has scored 10 points. If I think 5th place is 10 points, right? So they need to get 26 points to make it a draw, and 27 points to overtake them. Ferrari does need that to overtake Alpine. So, but we might still see a penalty for Kiko. I don't know what's the penalty for resetting to track, but that looked like a definite penalty to me personally.
Yeah.
But I'm not a steward, so he's lucky with that.
Yeah, that is a good point. There probably is going to be a penalty coming in for Kiko, which might gift Ferrari the constructors.
Yeah, so still a provisional winner with the constructors in Alpine, but that might be decided by the stewards again. So I think we can only announce some champions next week, apart from the fact that Kiko won the championship today. Not today, the driver championship. He won it, I don't know how much weeks ago. Meepo won the race today, and congrats to him.
Yeah, I was in VC with him last night. I know he was after the win today, but there you go. He makes it a reality and takes the top step of the podium. And I mean, I kind of got lost in that freeway battle up front. There was a lot of moving parts there, but yeah, Meepo brings it home, and I think it was a 10th in it as well. Yeah, indeed, 0.139. And then Run Cruiser takes that final podium, so McKenna just missing out on that P3 position. So great race from Run Cruiser today, from P14 to P3, a Desi P19 to P2. I guess it's worth asking, Rosarian, who's your driver of the day today?
Yeah, I honestly you should give it to Adesi, but I would say you can say Meepo as well, because the whole race, for me, it was feeling like he was just driving in the shadow of, it didn't matter who, but he was always driving in the shadows, and currently at the end he was just P1. That's really nice of him. I really like that. But Adesi from P19 all the way to P2, really just, but for that count for both Rune Cruiser and Adesi, they really got a good pace today, and they just made the least amount of mistakes. That's why they're up here at P2 and P3. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. I personally I think I'd go for Run Cruiser for driver of the day. You know, with Adesi being a tier 1 driver, he is, you know, he's won tier 1 races. He's an absolute alien, so you kind of expect him to, you know, go from P19 up to the front end of the grid. But Run Cruiser joined the season late. He's had a few good performances here or there, but that one today was something else. He, as you say, kept it clean, kept himself out of trouble, and a lot of guys struggling today on track, but Run Cruiser bringing it home for P3 in the end. And this is a part of the stream where we head to the interview, so we will have a look and see who is waiting to join us in the commentators booth. We've got Brother Joel, who, as he's the only one, we'll bring him in. Brother Joel, welcome to the commentators booth. How was that race for you today? I mean, we didn't see much of you on stream, or it was quite a lot of battling going on up ahead, but yeah, talk us through your race and where you finished up then.
Yeah, I think it was pretty positive overall. I think I had the same pace as most of the others in the midfield, which at Monza is not the best thing for battling, because you need to be at least, I'd say, 5/10 quicker than someone to even catch up to them. And once I dropped back off the back of McKenna and Pitt, I just couldn't catch up to the DRS train, which is quite common here with it being such long straights. So I just sort of finished the race on my own in no man's land, really. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with P7. Considering what happened on Tuesday, I think it's a pretty good result, to be honest.
Listen, we don't talk about what happened on Tuesday, okay? Although I will bring it up all the time for about a year. till you hit me, which is yeah. But P7, yeah, was a lot of guys out there seemed to make some mistakes throughout the race, cost them big time. But any kind of did you have any issues during the race? Any near misses? Any? I know in quali, I think we did see you crash out in quali. I think.
Yeah, I was quite annoyed with myself then, because I thought I could have been quite further up the grid. But in the race, I think it was pretty faultless, other than the speeding penalty, which I'm renowned for now. So, but thankfully, it didn't affect my position. I was really hoping at the end of the race that there wouldn't be a safety car, otherwise I would have been out of the points probably. But thankfully, there wasn't. But yeah, I mean, it looked like it was good up front. Well, I saw lots of position changing. I was just watching the mini map most of the second part of the race.
Yeah, it was hard to keep up with, and I pulled in ever snacks where I didn't actually know it was final lap of the race, so apologies to the viewers for that one. But there was so much going on. Um, yeah, but I mean, how do you feel about the next track, Joel? I have to ask. We always ask that question, so I'm gonna ask you. How do you feel about the next track?
Nice and relaxing. Don't have to do much.
Yeah, man.
I don't think I'll practice for the next one.
Hey, you know, while as it is the last race of this season, Joel, I have to say, you know, you've done a really good job with the thumbnails, scheduling, and you know, obviously you're an admin, so you've done a lot of work behind the scenes. But credit to you, man. You always pull it out of the bag, and just want to say we appreciate it. I'm sure all the drivers do as well. But good job, and you also do commentary as well, so you're a man of many trades. Just wanted to say on stream, much appreciated, bro.
Thanks, you too, and all the commentators for Tier 2. It's been a good season as well, thanks to all the drivers.
Yeah,
Good battling, pretty fair. I don't think there are too many incidents on the whole, but yeah, it seems like an exciting season. Probably the best one I've done so far in
yeah,
terms of action.
yeah. It's been a great one, yeah. Really enjoyed it myself. But on that note, we're gonna throw you out and bring someone else in. So we will speak to you again soon. I'm sure you'll be back for season 10. I'm guessing, and hopefully we can see you contest for a few wins there, because I know you have the pace for it, bro. Maybe a bit of practice.
Yeah, that will help.
Yeah, bro. Okay, right. Well, thanks for joining us in the commentator booth, Joel. We'll speak to you again soon. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Rosarian, we've got a bunch of guys in the interviews channel. What do you reckon? Will we bring
Yeah.
Kiko in maybe?
We could.
Okay. Kiko. Okay, Kiko.
Hello.
Bonjour. Yeah. So I'm trying to remember the race. I mean, my memory's that bad. I'm going to remember the last few laps, and even those seem a wee bit blurry right now. So, do you want to give us a bit of a recap of your race, as like a brief summary, and how you felt it went overall?
Oh yeah. I mean, let's start with the rain quality. I mean, that was pretty shit quality for me. P5. I would like try. I was pretty sad at the end because my laps was very bad. But yeah, that was P5 on the grid, I think. So all focus on the race. I'm taking a pretty good start because like Edge and like Mackinder was on the hard. So I'm at the end of lap one. I was like P4 or P3 behind the two Ferrari. And after like it's the restraint from the first lap, I was like trying to stay with the Ferrari because of the constructors and stuff. And so yeah, Tunari did a mistake, I think, or that was Meepo. So I was P1 at the end of the first stint. And after on the hards, I mean, I did my race. I was like P1, and Meepo was closing at the end. But he was having 3 seconds time penalty. So I was not pushing because I was thinking like to stay in the track limit and like to just don't take the penalty because I was pretty sure that was a podium and that was good for the constructors. But like at the end, Mackinder like pit for the soft and close very fast on us. And I really know like Mackinder was like with Meepo, the Finn gang, and so I was really thinking of how Mackinder gonna block me and stuff, and he did really great. That was very aggressive, but very racing, I mean. And at the end, like that was the last lap, I think. Adesi Light pumped me at Parabolica, and I lose the win because of this.
Oh
But
no, yeah.
no problem because like this is the last race, and I'm not losing anything. So yeah, so
No,
pretty happy, but sad for the end actually.
well, first of all, congratulations on your driver championship. I haven't congratulated you, I think, so personally. But yeah, we saw the incident with Adesi at the end. But still, the constructors might be close because I think I saw you resetting to track. I don't know, but still, the stewards might have to look at that, and the constructors might still be close, and it's still close if it will be Ferrari or Alpine.
Yep.
So I don't know about that. I don't know what you think about that.
I
Currently,
mean,
you're provisional winners of that. What to say?
of the incidents, or think
Yeah, of the incident, you get hit by Adesi. After that, you. I thought I saw you resetting to track, right?
actually I don't think so. I need to see the replay because the last lap was very intense, so many things happens.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember that I reset. I pretty like push because Christian was pushing behind, so I need to see the replay. But yeah,
Yeah, but great race by you all, by overall by you. I think like
Yep.
you had a pretty good pace, just keeping patient behind the penalty guys with the penalties. So
Yep.
unfortunate about the last last lap incident actually. So
Yep.
Yeah, so good job, Kiko. You got the title wrapped up early. I'm sure you were glad to get that wrapped up, before this race because obviously it takes the pressure off you and you can just enjoy this race. But with the constructors still being up for grabs, it was kind of
Yeah.
there's still stuff to play for. But we'll see how that
I mean,
works out.
yeah. I mean, this race was for Matt. I mean, I give it all for Matt. Like he get the title, and I'm happy for him. So yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask you because obviously he's not here. Maybe you can speak in his behalf. But yet your teammate Lamar Pilot, I was expecting a lot from him, this season, but he seems to have struggled, just to get up the pace. Do you know what the issue is there, or is he just, maybe taking the season?
Yeah, he's still struggling a lot on like the handling model of the game and stuff. So yeah, he's losing confidence a lot. He's like pretty harsh on him, and like he needs time, a lot of time, like to get prepared. And I think next season he's gonna be more ready to try the best he can.
yeah,
Okay.
because I remember when first I saw him in practice sessions, Lamat Pilot was like really fast at the beginning. I was tier 3 driver, but he was just like above all of the tier 3 drivers, even like on top of some tier 2 drivers. So
Yeah.
maybe we could
Yeah,
have expected, but
pressure.
it might be just experience also playing in there.
Yeah, this is one of his first league and big leagues. I mean, so yeah, the pressure goes a little bit more. And I think tier 2 is really close, and like the top of tier 2 is really, really fast. So it's hard like to get in the top 5 and to like to get good results actually. But I'm gonna try to help him and see the next season if he's going to be in tier 2 or tier 3. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, it definitely helps having a strong teammate, and I think there's going to be a few strong teams next season, contending for the constructors and obviously the drivers' title. So, are we expecting you to come back then next season for another full-time seat, for another
Oh
run
yeah,
at the
of
title?
course, of course.
Yeah,
SLR is my house actually, so
that's what I like to hear. You have to defend that title, bro.
yeah, I'm gonna try actually.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So we'll look forward to that. Obviously, there's a lot of guys out there who can contend for that title, so it's going to be an interesting season. But yeah, we just got this one under wraps. So hopefully, you enjoy the break time and you come back as strong as ever. So again, congrats on that title. Unfortunate end to the race today, but yeah.
yeah,
I'm sure you'll get over it quick. Well, whenever you look at that title, that trophy in the cabinet, it'll ease the pain for you. But Kiko, au revoir. We'll speak to you again soon, I'm sure.
yeah. Bye guys.
Okay, bye bye.
Have a good evening.
Yeah. So who have we got left? We got Futuristic in there. We'll bring him in for a second. Futuristic, hello, welcome. P11 in the end. Looked like you got caught up in a few incidents there. You went for the medium soft strategy, the only driver to do so. So, yeah, just talk us around your thinking around that and how your race went as a whole.
Well, to be completely honest, I didn't think. I I mean, to be honest, I should have been dead on lap one. I did get a good launch off the grid, but then Nico wants to make his Alfa Romeo a lawnmower, and he spins across the track, and I somehow hit him and don't get any damage, which I was surprised by. And then it was a small. I was like just about outside the slipstream range from Lamat, but I was slowly catching him. But when I caught him, I did this same mistake as I have done all season long, to be which is spinning behind drivers.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was like, okay, then let's do something stupid and go long and pray for a safety car. And the lap where I came in, I saw double yellow. I'm like, okay, come on, yellow, please, not only local, be a full course or something. But of course, it never happens to me, and I think I have been one of the unluckiest drivers in this tier this season.
Yeah, I would have to agree. The races I've seen anyway, always seems to, yeah, there always seems to be something that spoils the party for you. But yeah, I mean, like, how have you felt about the season overall? Has it just been one you want to forget about, or you want to move on to the next one, or has there been something you've got from this season that you've enjoyed?
As a driver, I just want to forget about it, but I have learned so many things. But in a team's POV, to get P3 in the drivers, I think we got, with all the countings so correctly managed in my head, I think we got P3, so I think that's a good goal since the carry himself, Yoda, left me with 5 races to go or something for personal enjoyments or whatever.
Yeah,
But
I can confirm you got P3, so congrats on that on the constructors.
yay, money.
Kitching.
But yeah, it just
Well,
was. Go ahead.
that's unfortunate, but I don't want to make sound rude, but is it unfortunate? But like, does the 11th position somewhat summarizes your season? But maybe that sounds rude. It's not my intent how I intended it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I think that sums up basically where I am compared to this grid.
well, we hope to see you
Unfortunate.
back next season, of course. And maybe some better luck then, Luck sometimes comes, sometimes it goes, and maybe you'll have it next season. You never know.
Yeah, it's always next season, and I have already said to Chief in some channels here that I will be here to stay for a really long time. So I'm gonna grab that drivers one day,
Yeah, bro.
and that's a promising.
Yeah, bro. I don't even think you're joking, man, because I've seen you on track. Your true potential has not been realized yet. I think you definitely are someone who could contend for a title, if things go your way. But we will see that. We're still waiting for that first SLR win and the sing along that goes along with it. It's gonna come, bro. Not this season though, but hopefully next.
It will come by time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that in these predictions for like 4 seasons now.
Maybe if you don't say it, it'll happen.
Yeah. I think
It's
I
like
had to do that for the next season.
it's like the safety car thing, as if you plan for a safety car, it won't happen.
Yeah, that's why Joel never gets one, because he screams it every time.
Okay, futuristic. Well, it's been a pleasure having you this season, and we look forward to future seasons with you, and that title will arrive for you someday. But for now, it's goodbye.
Yep, thank you for having me.
Cheers. We have a special interviewee next time. We've got Meepo in the wings here. Let's bring him in.
Oh,
Trusted. Oh, hello.
hello.
Hola.
Bonjour. Hello, Meepo. Race winner. Yeah, I was talking to you last night in VC, and you were saying you do want to win this race. Obviously, you want to win every race, but yeah, with it being the final race of the season, I think you particularly wanted to win this one with the constructors there,
Yep.
tantalizingly close to you guys. And it looks like you guys did get the constructors in the end here.
Did we?
Well,
No, it's only professional.
Provisionally,
it's
yeah.
Alpine, but I
Wait,
think
how
Alpine
did we
scored-
get... Wait. So I was 25 points for me.
yeah.
Tuna was P8, so that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's 29. But currently, like,
Plus 175, that's 200. Kiko was where?
he was 5th, so he's 10 points. But I looked it back, and he actually reset it to track, so that
Oh.
he got hit in the back by Adesi. So it's all up to the stewards, but it might still be close. But currently, you're like, it was 26 points, so now
Yeah.
you walked away like. So
We are
it all
not...
depends on the stewards, but it can still be close.
If he doesn't get any penalty, they win by 7 points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
but you still made it close, so good race by both of you.
It's
Tonali
not
and-
like I had bad luck. Yeah, anyways, like Spain. Okay, I'll just throw that out.
Tell
But-
me, were you guys? I'm guessing you guys, the Finnish guys, are all in VC together.
Yeah.
And was there any talk about like working together, or was it just kind of transpired that way?
I think our plan was to give Tunari like DRS like slipstream for quali. We never planned it out anyways because it didn't work. But on the race, our plan was like to me and Tunari P1 and P2 for
Yeah.
like the whole race, and Mackenzie just parks the car somewhere. I don't know. so Tunari again. We were P1 and P2. But I was like seeing my field that I didn't get it back, so our plan was I let Tunari by. I in his DRS, I get fuel back that way. But that didn't quite work out because Kiko managed to slip through and Pasco too.
Yeah, it was a bit hard to keep up with that, but in the
Yeah.
final phase of the race, you had McKenna on those soft tires, obviously closing in on you guys pretty fast. You were able to get that within DRS range of Kiko, but obviously when McKenna came through, then you got through, you got P1, and then McKenna was able to get ahead of Kiko, and it looked to me like McKenna wasn't going as fast as he could have went, and held up Kiko in the nicest possible way, and that gave you that 3 second gap. You know, obviously you had that 3 second penalty to kind of contend with. And
Well, who knows? Who knows? Maybe he was going actually slow, or his tire didn't work. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll leave that up to the speculators.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a great race overall for you. You and Tonari, Tonari not so much P8. He has struggled a wee bit this season, but I think he's just going to get stronger and stronger, isn't he? Really. We haven't seen the last of Tonari. I'm sure he was champion last season. How do you feel about the title this season? I mean, obviously you were looking to win this one, but Kiko, he just pipped you to the post there. You know.
Yeah, I just like bad luck in Spain because of Rattle and just Jeddah, he just wanted me off, so yeah, it is what it is, to be honest.
It's coming though. There's a title coming for you, bro.
Yeah, also the first 2 races were fun. I both DNF'd.
Yeah, that doesn't help. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think I was going for P3 and P2 maybe, so that would have been 33 points. But like, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing as well. You know, every season you'll gain experience and be able to build on that in future seasons. But yeah, you got P1 today as the final race of the season. That's how you want to end the season.
Yep.
And then next season, of course, are you planning on driving in Tier 1 and 2 next season as well?
Definitely. Why not?
Yeah, why
Like
not, indeed?
like I'm proud of the tier 2 season and tier 1. I just like basically gave no assists for a new game and still managed to challenge Kiko for both of the titles. So like I'm happy for it.
Well, I have to say, Maple, you came a long way from the guy whose first season was tier 4. I think it was 4 or 5 DNFs in the first races, and then you went to tier 3 reserved, won the race, and then after that, I think you went to tier 3, but it didn't really go too well, like overall. And then from there, you've just got absolutely, you're actually considered an alien these days. So yeah, you're obviously doing something right.
Yeah, but still I have those like 2 or 1 DNFs during a season which can really hurt the chances to win a title,
Yeah,
as we saw this season and last season.
yeah, that's it exactly. Any points lost, will
Yeah.
cost you big time. But Maple, great race again.
Mm.
Congrats on the win. But now I'm gonna chuck you out. So
Oh wow.
I'll speak to you soon, okay, bro?
Yeah.
Take
Well,
her easy.
congrats on your win as well.
Huh?
Today. Congrats on your win today.
Thank you.
I get out. Bye.
Now we expect more
okay,
next
sure.
season.
Sure.
Alright, he's out. I've one last special guest to bring in, Rosarian. It's actually a guy who did not drive today, and I'm just gonna yoink him in with no warning, so this might be mid-sentence. Let me see if we can get him. Oh no, it won't let me drag him in. Oh, there we go. Kebab, how's it going, Kebab? We're bringing you in. We're still live on the stream. I just wanted to say on stream, thank you very much, bro, for all the work you've done in SLR behind the scenes. You've coordinated commentary throughout the season, and it's been absolutely took a lot of pressure off me. And I just wanted to say thank you, sir. And not only that, you do commentary yourself, and you're very involved in the community, and obviously a driver as well. So yeah, big respect, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad you decided to give this apology before you read the drive of the day comment. Because I know it would have been quite so pleasant.
Oh,
but
my
yeah,
God.
yeah, thank you for that. No, I've just got the time at the moment, really. So happy to help out, to be honest. But yeah, it was an exciting race, to be honest. I watched the whole thing, crew chiefing for future. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
I'm very, very surprised there wasn't a safety car.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a couple of things that you might want to see after the fact, after the stream, but we won't talk about them just now. But yeah, I appreciate the recognition, sure. But I'll continue to do all the things I can do for the community as long as I can. To be honest, I enjoy it.
Yeah,
That's the main
and obviously I'm a league admin, but I always say to people, like, I know I'm the league admin as the guy at the top, but it's all about people like yourself contributing. You're all heavily involved in the community, and there's a lot of people behind the scenes doing a lot of work for SLR and just raising the bar every season. And without you guys, none of this is possible. So yeah, Rosarian as well, a great example, stepped in to do commentary today and did a great job. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I've already said that in the commentary lounge as well. But you've done a fantastic job for your debut, bro. I'm looking forward to seeing more of you. And we'll see if we can get you set up for stream and things like that as well for future things. But it's good to have more people involved in the commentary. It's been tough organising the commentary this season with a lack of commentators available. So it's nice to have more people getting involved and taking that jump. It can be a bit nerve-wracking for your first time, I know, but you've done really well, stepped up to the plate fantastically, so thank you for that.
Well, thanks, and thank you for all your work. I stepped into like some commentating work, and I see you. Oh, you're doing that. Oh, you're commentating. You're just driving in the leagues. You're doing a lot of work. So the recognition for that is deserved, from what I see. But I don't see a lot.
I just need to get a life, bro. Like, I need to,
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So when he does less, we know he has a girlfriend or something. I don't know.
I've lived with my girlfriend for 12 years. She just, she doesn't exactly. She's not exactly jumping over the moon every time I say, oh, I'm racing again tonight, or I'm doing this tonight or that tonight. It's like, well, can we go to the pub or go out for a meal or something? No. SLR comes first.
Priorities first. That's very important.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
Set your priorities. And
Ocean Chief's gonna have to pay my divorce bills when they come up.
Well,
I've actually just got a message from my girlfriend saying, here.
well, big shout out to all the wives, girlfriend, partners, whatever, whoever it is, of the people who are involved in SLR. Yeah, because my wife puts up a lot of crap from me. But I think really secretly they enjoy the fact that they get like 2 hours peace from me while I'm doing the stream or whatever, or doing a race. Gives her time
I'm
to.
pretty sure Emily would rather have the dishes done in 2 hours peace, to be fair. But yeah, yeah, they're part of it, but yeah, we do it because we enjoy it.
What a wholesome way to finish the stream. But that's it, guys. We're end of the season for Tier 2, but we do have one more tomorrow. It's the big one, the grand finale. There is a title up for grabs. I think it's Danny and McKender, and I think Desi's in with a shout as well. So we had a taste of McKender today and what he can do. Desi as well, from P19 to P4, I believe it was. But yeah, that's tomorrow, the same time. Tier 1 race, end of the season, grand finale. I mean, what more could you ask for? But after that, that's it. We're done with this season. There will be special events in between. We'll be back again for season 10. So we're thinking it's the 10th season. It's going to be a big one. So obviously stay tuned for that one. But thanks everyone for watching. Whoever's made it this far into the stream. We're probably running close to 2 hours at this point. But yeah, everybody involved in the community, much love from myself, and we will see you on the other side. So thanks everybody.
So may I interrupt for one last thing?
Controversial.
I want to ask the Tier 1 drivers, for everyone that's watching tomorrow the race. Like, I expect everyone to watch, but it would be fun, and I would be like very entertained if the championship is decided on the track and not at a FIA. So that's my only question for you guys.
But that's very much dependent on the drivers, to be honest. If the driver causes an incident that causes a penalty, the outcome of the championship isn't going to change the outcome of that penalty. All that matters is the incident itself. So it's unfortunate, nobody wants to see it, but rules is rules, and it is what it is, essentially. So like, yeah, if it was the first race of the season, then you wouldn't think anything of it. But yeah, we all want it to be decided cleanly on track, but that's very much down to the drivers. So
I'm not complaining because we had a great race today, so
Mm.
that's not what I said. But
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to do 12 things at once at the moment, so apologies if I misunderstood.
no, it's all good. It's all good.
I think we can all expect a great race tomorrow from the guys. They're all the best drivers we've got in SLR, so very good racecraft from most of the guys out there. And I, for one, am very much looking forward to it. And it's, I say, the title's on the line as well, so that just increases the anticipation, I guess. So yeah, that's tomorrow, and I think that's it from us from now. Rosarian, it's been a pleasure, and we will be back tomorrow. Kebab, are you doing stream tomorrow actually? Or?
Yeah, I'll be doing the stream and commentary tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Even swapped roles with you just to get involved with it, because I started Tier 1 commentary this season and I wanted to end it as well. It's been an absolutely fantastic season so far in Tier 1. I'm really looking forward to the finale to see who's going to take home the title, because it's been a hard-fought one for sure. So
yeah, well, there you go. We've got our best commentators in place for tomorrow. It's Joel and Kebab, so I mean, that alone is a great selling point. But yeah, guys, that's us for now. Thanks for staying with us to the very end, and we'll speak to you again soon, I'm sure. Good night, everybody.
take care.